What I'm saying is not just a magical thing, there is science behind it. So there was a study conducted. They found out that the group of people or the group of old people who were practicing yoga for a long time, the walls of the brain, especially hippocampus and cerebral cortex, were thick like a young person. So they found out that yoga and meditation done regularly and properly is helping you maintain the health of the brain the same way young people can. So you can say the way you lift weight to build muscles of the body, you do yoga to build muscles of your brain. So everyone who is doing other forms of exercises, you think they should be doing more of yoga? Hello everyone, welcome to our podcast From You to You. Here we discuss all the possibilities of becoming the best version of you physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. I am Afreen Khan, an internationally certified yoga teacher and a healthy lifestyle coach. Hi there, I'm Shirin Khan and I'm a certified life coach. So, Afreen, these days I'm seeing a lot of yoga culture around me. Even if I'm on social media, I see a lot of different styles of yoga by different people, and everyone has kind of different interpretation of yoga. So, I was wondering what exactly is yoga? That's a very good question. You see, yoga is a practice to quiet the mind. Yoga is basically a discipline. Although people think it is an exercise to lose weight, get a skinny body, different interpretations really, and that is fine. That is one aspect of yoga, but it goes far beyond that. If I give you a book definition of yoga, the word yoga is derived from Sanskrit word yuj, okay, and the meaning of this word is to unite or to connect. So now the question is, what exactly are you uniting or connecting here in yoga? So in yoga, through various practices, through various techniques, we are reaching a point where your mind, body, and soul unite. So in simple term, yoga is a union of mind, body, and soul. Okay, that sounds amazing. But how exactly this union of mind, body, and soul work? Well, when we talk about yoga, we have various ways to reach this goal, okay, where we are uniting our mind, body, and soul. So I'll give you an example of sun salutation. We call it Surya Namaskar. We have 12 different asanas or different poses. So these 12 poses come together to make one sun salutation. Now they are supposed to be performed in a proper sequence. So let's say I am performing this sun salutation early in the morning. So what happens is I perform each pose one by one, 12 poses, and I do, let's say, 10 salutations, which means 120 poses. So obviously my body is involved in the process of sun salutation. So it is acting on my body and giving me the benefit there. Now comes the mind part. So yoga cannot be practiced just like any other sport. So you are supposed to be completely present in the moment, and there has to be a proper inhalation and exhalation at every pose. Okay, so you inhale and you stretch your body, then you exhale and you release your muscles. So that's how yoga is performed. While doing this, you inhale a lot of oxygen, obviously, and this oxygen is activating your mind, and also the spine is getting activated, your nerves are getting activated. So there is an activation of entire nervous system happens, which ultimately works on your mind. So this way your body and your mind, they both are involved. Now comes your soul. So what happens is there is a huge part which is called meditation. It is like a component of yoga. So yoga is not just about poses or asanas, but it is about your meditation part. Then there is a breathing part as well, like I just explained. So when we start doing meditation, meditation takes you away from the external crowd and chaos, and you kind of enter inside your body, or I would say spirit. So, what is happening here is you are trying to awaken the part which is hidden deep inside you. So, that is like your spirit. And this way, when you meditate, you are completely a different person. So, mind, body, and soul, all of these things are coming together when we perform yoga. This is what it means. Okay, you just said that yoga is not like any other sport. So I'm wondering how it is different from other form of exercises. Yoga is different because the nervous system that is involved while practicing yoga and while doing any other form of exercise is like exactly opposite. So let's say a person is running on a treadmill. Now, while doing so, the sympathetic nervous system of the brain is activated. This is basically fight or flight response. Okay, so in this case, the body or your mind is detecting it as a threat. Now, because it is a threat or danger, your nervous system will prepare the body to fight or to protect itself. So, first thing first, your heart rate goes up, and because the heart will try to pump more blood and more oxygenated blood that would be supplied to the necessary organs. In this process, the digestive system slows down, because whatever blood that was being provided to the digestive system is kind of redirected to the more necessary organs to fight that danger in that moment. So the pupils of the eyes expand so that you can see the danger properly, and the sugar level increases in the body. So your liver will immediately produce more glucose so that the body gets more energy. So this is how the entire system is active and busy in protecting itself or protecting the body against that danger. So basically, when let's say you run on the treadmill for 30 minutes, and by the time you are off the treadmill, you feel exhausted because the body was busy fighting the whole time. However, when we are doing yoga, the nervous system that is involved is parasympathetic nervous system, and this is exactly opposite of what we were doing in sympathetic nervous system. So here, the parasympathetic nervous system is basically the rest and digest mode of the body. In this, body is trying to rest and relax. So first thing first, the heart rate, which was activated there or it was fast there while you were on treadmill, is going to slow down when you are performing yoga. Then your pupils, they were dilated there, but here pupils go back to its normal stage, rather they will shrink so that there is less light for more relaxation, and digestive juices however will increase in the body so that the food can be digested and absorbed well. So all these things happen which are like opposite of what happened before, and as a result you will feel calm and composed and kind of rested after like half an hour session of yoga. So this is the basic difference when you perform other form of exercise and yoga, because the feeling will be completely different.
Yeah, of course, couldn't agree more. Also, it reminds me, a long time back, I was kind of experiencing anxiety
Mhm.
and I was very stressed. It was very difficult for me to take myself to the gym and exercise because exercise, like you mentioned, was making me very much exhausted.
Right.
So that was the time when I started doing yoga.
Mhm.
And to my surprise, I used to feel very, very calm after I have done 1 hour yoga session.
Correct.
Does yoga help in reducing stress and anxiety as well?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Actually, these days, yoga is used in most of the institutes, even mental health institutes worldwide, for patients who are going through different form of mental disorders. But coming back to the part where you mentioned the anxiety and stress, I have witnessed it myself. So when I was working in the corporate, and I had so many colleagues, some of them were highly paid, but the job stress was too much, which was causing them a very unhealthy lifestyle, I would say. So, what exactly happens is the moment the stress increases in the body due to whatever XYZ reason, again, your mind or your brain will detect it as a danger, because stress is like a danger for our body. And then there is a stress hormone that is secreted. It is called cortisol. Okay. Now, this hormone is again released in the body to activate the fight or flight mode. And the moment this cortisol is increased, now every cell of the body has a receptor for this hormone. Okay. So, when the hormone is released, each and every part of the body is going to absorb it, and hence every part of the body, every organ is getting affected. So when cortisol is released and it gets high, the first thing that happens is, again, the heart rate increases, glucose level increases in the body, and you feel restless. The mood swings starts happening, and there is sudden weight gain. Okay, especially around the face and your chest, abdomen, and whereas your arms and your legs would be slender. So this is something which you will notice, and your skin will get affected. There would be hair fall. Then there is lower sexual drive, which is very common these days. I have many clients who are complaining about this. They are like in early 30s, mid 30s, but there is lack of sexual drive, and that is because of the stress. For women, there are irregular periods. Some of the women are also experiencing early menopause, and there is osteoporosis. Your bones are getting affected. There is a constant pain, in the body or in your joints. So all these things are happening, and these things are kind of only the precursors. They are leading to again major problems which are related to your heart or your kidney related. So stress hormone, if remains in the body for a longer period of time, your body gets into a real danger. It's like slow death that start to happen, and we cannot ignore it. We should not ignore it. So the moment you feel the stress is increasing in your mind due to whatever XYZ reason, I always advise my clients to find a way to get away from that stress or the source of stress. If it is a job, find another job which is less stressful. If it is your partner, try to find a solution to that, because I think health is supposed to be your priority. And if anything is putting it in danger, you are supposed to protect yourself. Yoga helps you do that.
I have had my fair share of
Mhm.
work related anxiety in my day to day life. So I am not able to understand how exactly does yoga help. in this.
See, Shireen, like I told you before, when you exercise, any exercise, the happy hormone, endorphins, are released in the body and you feel happy. Okay, so let's say you are running on a treadmill and it is a form of exercise. When you are done, there are endorphins in the body, you feel happy for some time. When you perform yoga, there is some additional benefit that you are getting. So let's say you do yoga for 1 hour, and at the end of the session, you have endorphins in your system, but there is one additional hormone which is a feel good hormone. It is called GABA. The GABA hormone is associated with happy mood and relaxed and resting kind of a feeling. And when you perform yoga, this hormone is released in the body. And the good thing about this hormone or this chemical is that it is lasting in the body for a long time. Okay, so every time you perform yoga, you have endorphins plus you have GABA, and both things together, you feel a feeling of calm, and that feeling is lasting for a long time. So this
Okay.
is how yoga is unique in its benefit.
All right. So what I'm understanding is if someone is practicing yoga for a really long time, they can control their stress and anxiety.
Oh yes, absolutely. Because as you practice yoga on daily basis, when I say yoga, I mean yoga poses, asanas, the pranayam, that is the breathing exercise, and meditation, that is dhyana. So asana, dhyana, and pranayama, all these things, when you perform on regular basis, there is no doubt that over a period of time you will develop the skill where you can control your mind, and controlling mind means control your emotions. So meditation will make your mind so controlled, calm, and composed that you will feel a very unique kind of calmness inside you. That is one thing. Now what I'm saying is not just a magical thing, there is science behind it. So there was a study conducted between two groups of people. The one group was performing yoga regularly, the other group was not, and both of these groups were based upon elderly people. So what happens is, as we grow old, the part of human brain which is related with memory processing, hippocampus, and cerebral cortex, which is related to your information processing. So these two parts start to shrink. Okay, and that is one of the reasons that old people generally face problems in terms of memory loss. So they found out that the group of people or the group of old people who were practicing yoga for a long time, there was no such shrinkage. So the walls of the brain, especially hippocampus and cerebral cortex, were thick like a young person. So they found out that yoga and meditation done regularly and properly is helping you maintain the health of the brain the same way young people can. So you can say the way you lift weight to build muscles of the body, you do yoga to build muscles of your brain.
Wow, that sounds amazing. So everyone who is doing other forms of exercises, you think they should be doing more of yoga?
Well, first of all, I want to say one thing. If you are not doing any exercise, then you should start doing, no matter what kind of exercise it is. Okay, exercise gives you endorphins, endorphins make you happy. So in general, I advise, or I would like to say, every person should be working out regularly. Now let's say someone is playing basketball, someone goes to gym or swimming. So no matter what form of exercise that you are into and that you have been practicing, keep doing it. Okay, I'm not going to say, okay, you quit it and get into yoga. No matter what exercise that you do, it's going to help you definitely. But at the same time, I just want to say one thing. You need to add yoga in your lifestyle. It doesn't matter if you practice it one day in a week or twice a week, you practice half an hour a day or 1 hour or more than that, it doesn't really matter. But the presence of yoga in your life or lifestyle is very important, because as you keep growing, the flexibility of the body goes down, and flexibility is very important for your joints, for your muscles. So you really need to keep yourself flexible. That is one thing. And second thing is meditation. So if you want to be peaceful and you want happiness, the real happiness and contentment in your life, then I think you cannot ignore the meditation. So add meditation, add flexibility in your routine exercises, and I think you are good to go. You will be happy, healthy, and super flexible. Well, this is it for today, and I hope you like this episode. If you have any comments, please share your feedback. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe. We'll be back soon with amazing stuff. Until then, stay tuned and stay fit.